Hey guys, and welcome back to Coping with Kim, a place where we talk real life, real feelings, and real solutions. Today is extra special because I've got my granddaughter with me.
Hi.
She's 11, smart, honest, funny, has a great big heart, and she sees things happening around her in the environments that she's at that sometimes adults sometimes forget about. So we're talking about bullying, what it looks like for kids today, how it makes them feel, and how we can help them get through it. And more importantly, how we can all be part of the solution, not the problem. Do you agree, London?
Yes.
All right, London, let's get started. So let's start easy. And I want to say thank you for being here. This is my first guest.
Thank you for having me here.
So when you hear the word bullying, what pops into your mind?
Basically like maybe putting your hands on somebody or maybe saying something really mean about them or like just stuff like that.
Okay.
And stuff, yeah.
That's good.
But when I say like putting my hands on people, like not too bad, but like maybe kicking or hitting.
Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
It's not acceptable, is it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
So what does bullying look like in your grade or in your school environment?
Putting people down and like calling them names and like telling people there's stuff wrong with them, like go get help and like stuff like that. And there are some times that people do put your hands on people.
Well, do you think that it's obvious when they're doing it, or do you think they're quiet and sneaky?
Well, some nowadays some like teachers aren't really paying attention, and so they know that they like get in their head, okay, I'm not gonna get caught, and maybe you might, maybe you won't. Like it really depends on stuff like that. So they're not too like quiet and sneaky, but at the same time they're not too loud.
So you think that they think they can get away with it more if they're quiet and sneaky, kind of they're watching so they don't get in trouble. They don't just, they care if they get in trouble. Okay. Do kids call each other names, or is it more like ignoring or excluding or gossiping? I mean,
it's kind of a little bit of all of it. Most of the time I hear basically people calling names and stuff like that.
okay. So what makes something cross the line into bullying for you?
Once bullying starts, it's already crossed the line. Like bullying is not acceptable in my eyes. Like it's not funny at all, and some people think it's funny and it's not at all. It's not acceptable at all. Like once it starts, it crosses the line.
Good answer, London. I love that. This girl's wise beyond her years, let me just tell you. Okay, so have you ever seen someone be picked on?
Yes, I have actually many times.
Does it happen more with boys, girls, or just everyone?
Everyone.
Okay. What do kids your age say is just joking, even when it doesn't really feel like a joke?
Basically, just calling people names, and when someone says you're ugly, you need to go get help, like get something done to your face, it doesn't feel like a joke at all.
But they might say they're just joking to keep from getting in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and most of the time, they don't even say it to your face that you're joking unless the teacher's getting on to them. They're like, I'm just joking.
Yeah. Do the teachers believe them?
They'll be like, okay, well, let's not joke like that.
Okay, that's a good answer. Okay, so let's talk about feelings. How do you think kids feel on the inside when someone is bullied?
If it's someone that's super confident, I bet they're like, okay, I know that's not true. I know who I am. And they'll walk off confident. But kids that always put themselves down, they're probably feeling really sad, thinking that stuff is true.
Okay. So more insecure kids get their feelings hurt, and more secure kids can brush it off.
Yes.
Would that be fair? Okay. All right. Do you think grown-ups really understand how big it feels at your age to be bullied?
They do, but there are probably some things that they don't they don't believe, because some of the stuff that's going on nowadays did not go back whenever they were kids.
Right. Did not go on back then. What do you wish some adults remembered about being your age?
How confusing it is how confusing life is.
Yeah. And you're really just realizing that at your
because
age.
it's kind of hard from going to this kid that nothing's really wrong, you have the best life ever, from going to it feels like the worst life ever.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Hormones are happening.
Yes.
Different things are happening. And we still look at you all as you're just little children, and you're not.
And we don't really know how to deal with this stuff because we've never had it before.
Okay. What are some signs a kid is hurting, even if you don't, say anything, or even if they don't say anything? How do you know, or how could we know a kid is hurting, even if they don't tell us they're hurting?
Basically, just the way their face looks, or their body language, or most kids act out whenever they're sad
Okay.
or upset.
Okay. Have you ever had a moment where someone hurt your feelings and you didn't know how to respond?
No, not necessarily, because I feel like if I don't say something back, they're going to keep on, just being a bully and stuff like that.
So you're the strong, confident type person that can handle it.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. I thought you were. Okay, now let's talk about ways to get through it. If someone is being mean or trying to bully you, what helps you stay strong?
I usually go tell a close adult or a trusting adult. I pray, or I just keep my confidence strong.
If you could give another 11-year-old girl or boy one piece of advice about handling bullying, what would you tell them?
Keep your confidence strong.
That you matter?
Mm-hmm.
We all matter. Yes, I love that.
And they know their self more than anybody does.
Right. So don't let somebody else tell you who you are. What helps you feel better on tough days?
My mom, since I'm homeschooled, we have this private school kind of, and she's one of the teachers there, and so I usually just go to her and I get some advice from her, and she'll be like, okay, you can sit with me for a little bit. And yeah, so she'll give me advice while I'm doing my work.
That's great. So would you say really just being able to be heard, an adult listening to what you feel helps you a lot? Just lets you get it out?
It doesn't really make me happy when an adult cuts you off and they're like, okay, you're fine. It's not even that big of a deal. It's not really fair when your adult does not listen fully of what you're trying to say.
Okay. So you hear that, guys? Out there in the world, we need to listen. They need us to listen. Okay, this is my favorite part. How can we be a part of the solution and not the problem? And I'm going to ask you, London, what does being kind look like at your age? Because I think being kind is one of the ways to be part of the solution and not the problem. So what does that look like to you?
So being kind is really just being kind, really you're just if someone's left out, go, hey, do you want to come play with me and my friends? And just be nice, smile at people, and yeah.
So give them a compliment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's not being too cheesy or being too mushy. It's just being kind. And we all can do that, can't we? Whether we're old, young, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
How can kids stand up for someone without starting drama?
Asking them, like, why are you being mean to me? Like, I really didn't do anything wrong. Can you please, like, stop being mean and, like, leave me alone, please? Like,
or if you were taking up for somebody else, what would you say to the kid that's being mean or starting something?
I would just say, can you please leave him or her alone? Like, didn't do anything wrong.
That's great.
Yes.
What's something small that makes a big difference?
Well, like, you're talking about, like, if I was sad and...
Yeah, like if someone's being picked on or bullied, just what is a small thing that makes a huge difference in their lives, in your opinion? What would you say to someone out there that they could do other than,
So, in my opinion, I've always, like, constantly changed my outfit because I'm always telling myself it's not that, like, I need to just change my outfit. So, basically, in my opinion, if someone were to come up to me and tell me that they liked my outfit, it'd make a really big difference. So I just tell them, oh, your outfit's super cute, your shirt's super cute, I love it, like, and just compliment them.
Okay, that's great because you like to be complimented, so it just makes sense. All right. Do you think kids realize how powerful their voices are when they're doing this bullying thing to other kids?
No, I do not think they do. Or the kids that do, they're doing that because they know that it's really going to hurt them.
Right.
But the kids that don't, they don't understand how, like, how their voice, like, how powerful their voices are.
Right. So, do you think the kids that are taking up for someone, or all kids, do you think that they realize how powerful their voice is to the one bullying?
They do. I mean, I do. I understand how powerful my voice is when I'm trying to stand up. So I try not to make it too, like, rude and stuff like that. But at the same time, you gotta, like, kind of learn how to stand up for yourself or it's gonna go on forever.
Okay. That's a great answer. So, what would school look like, whether it's homeschool, public school, or even being in a group? What would school look like if everyone tried to just be a little kinder? In your opinion, what would that look like?
It would be a much better school, in my opinion. It just, like, make a big difference because, like, there would probably not be any bullying. It'd be so good. Like, everybody could be friends and it'd just be really good. And we'd have way more stuff to do because in public school, you kind of get your recess taken away if you're not nice or whatever. So,
Right. What happens in private school if you're not nice? Or homeschool?
We get disciplined and we just, like, we get in trouble. We don't really get anything taken away. Like, we can. So we have rotations and they'll just take away, like, the fun things. And because our teacher said we can at least have one fun thing to do in our rotations, but she also wants us to do our schoolwork.
Okay, so it would just seem like everybody could have more fun if everyone could just be kind.
Yes.
Okay, and what about grown-ups? What do you think grown-ups, and include me in this, what do you think we need to do better?
Go ahead.
Basically, to help kids that are going through this, or what could we do to be better, just to help the environment to be better for you all?
In my opinion, some grown-ups do not listen. They do not let you finish, like, what you're trying to say.
Okay.
And yeah, so just listen.
So to listen and let it, no matter if it makes sense or not, if you can vent it helps anybody. I know it helps us adults. So why wouldn't it help you children? So that is the one piece of advice you would give to adults?
Is to let us listen or let us talk.
Okay. All right. So before we wrap up, let's speak directly to kids who might be listening and feeling alone. If a kid out there feels like no one gets it, what would you want them to know?
Like I said a few questions ago, just keep your confidence strong, and you got to tell yourself that you know yourself way better than anybody else knows you.
So don't let somebody put you down. All right. Why do you think kids do that? Do you think people that are bullying, what do you think goes on inside their soul that makes them feel the need to bully others?
Well, sometimes they get bullied, and so it's not fair, so they want to go do it to them, or they're hurting, and they sometimes they don't think life's fair, and so if it's not fair for them, they're going to go make it not fair for somebody else.
Okay. So if we could remember that when someone's bullying us, if we could just look at them and think, I wonder what has happened that makes them feel this way.
Yeah,
in
because
their
sometimes
life.
you lose a loved one, and so it's going to be like, well, that's not fair, so now I'm going to go make it not fair for them.
Okay. So it's just, and some of it might be learned behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody may have treated them ugly. Their home life may be terrible. So we need to think about what maybe that person's going through. Good point. So you are not alone. What someone says about you is not who you are. You are strong. You matter. And this moment in life is not the whole story. Do not feel like this is it. No matter how bad life has treated you, no matter how bad or how unfair it is, you are not alone. Because you and I both know God loves us.
Mm-hmm.
And we would want all people to know that, wouldn't we? Well, sweet girl, thank you so much for being brave and honest today. You have done an amazing job. I hope you'll come back and we can talk about another topic. Yes. Would you like that?
Yes.
Oh, I would like that. And I would like to thank everyone for listening today, because bullying is real, but so is healing and kindness and courage. So if you're a parent, a grandparent, a teacher, or a kid listening, remember, we can always choose to be a part of the solution.
One small act of kindness can change someone's whole day.
Absolutely, sister. Absolutely. So I'm Kim, and this is
London.
And you are listening to Coping with Kim.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.